Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga Yin practice. I am so happy you are here. I am Grace. This is Ecstatic Yoga. You can go to ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our yoga teacher trainings and our retreats. And we'll be doing a Yin yoga today, so we may be holding some postures a little longer. And we will be moving a little slower. This is a beautiful opportunity to go within, to connect to the inner body, to become very mindful of the inner energies within the body, and that also activates the energies inside the body. Our energy source is within, and we access it, our energy, from within. And by practicing this Yin yoga, it helps us to restore and bring that energy, that life force, that vitality, that youthfulness, that excitement for life, that vibrancy from within our soul, from within our being, from within our infiniteness. Whatever you call the God of your understanding that you're connected to and one with, and that sources your existence. And we dig deeper into that place and we bask in there. We don't really dig, we gently and kindly bring our attention inward, and that activates that connection that is always there. It surges up, allows it to come up and express into this physical dimension that moves and breathes and lives and animates through us. So the more aliveness we can express through our being, the more alive we become. And that is always accessed from within. And we're going to begin in easy pose here. Sitting comfortably. You can sit on a little cushion if you'd like, to make sure those sits bones are firmly on the mat and your spine is in a nice elongated position. The nice thing about it is you allow that curvature of the spine, however your spine is lifting up, is engaged in lifting up in our posture. And we're opening up the spaces between the vertebrae as we create that intention. And we're going to simply move into breath awareness for a moment or two. And as we go into breath awareness, we're going to bring our awareness focused onto our breath. And we're going to concentrate it onto our breath. And if thoughts come in, thinking comes in, any kind of thinking, whether it's good, bad, a to-do list, something wonderful, creative, beautiful, or scary or frightening, whatever it is, we simply label it thinking, that we have entered up into that mental realm, and we invite ourselves to come back into the body and the breath and bring our focus back to the breath. So I invite you to enter into your breath awareness now. And I invite you to breathe into the belly, the lower abdomen, triggering that relaxation response throughout your whole body. When we breathe into our belly, it signals the nervous system, it signals the brain, and it triggers the parasympathetic nervous system that tells us we're safe. And it can begin to release health-building hormones rather than cortisol and the stress hormones that the fight or flight part of our brain releases. So we're going to get out of the fight or flight, and we're going to bring ourselves into the relaxation response by bringing in that breath down to the belly and bringing our awareness to the breath. And we're going to take this moment now to scan the body. And however you like to scan, people often like to go from the bottom up or from the head and scan down through the shoulders, the chest, and the abdominal organs and down to the feet. Or some people like to go in, start from the heart and go out into the extremities. Or some people just like to notice what's going on inside and see where sensation first draws their attention in an inward way. And also a beautiful way is to bring the awareness to the heart and scan the heart and expand out from the heart. So begin now to scan your body, noticing the inner environment. A couple more breaths into the belly. Beautiful job. And I invite you now to set an intention for yourself for this practice, this week, this teacher training, this year, your lifetime, whatever works for you. Just one intention, and set that intention for something important to you. And I invite you to do that now. And bringing your hands in a comfortable position, they can go right around the knees if you like. And we're just going to kind of move back and forth for a few moments, just gently and kindly moving back and forth. And as we move back and forth, I'm going to invite you to bring your awareness into the body, the physical body, the energy within the body. Aware of your legs, your arms, your spine, your heart beating, sensations, physical and energetic. And when you're ready, begin to make circles with your body. And we're going to create these circles kind of slow. And if there's a spot that you want to go nice and slow or stop at, I invite you to do that. Sometimes people, when they get in the middle, they just want to drop their head for a moment. And move the head a little bit. And remembering we are always in a space of allowing and opening. We're never forcing or striving, and we don't experience pain. So if you ever get into the place of pain, simply back off into an easy pose, a child's pose, Savasana, whatever feels right at the moment, or just standing mountain pose. Throughout the practice, always honoring your body. And we're going to begin to go the other direction. And again, nice and slow and making it spontaneous for yourself. If you need to stop somewhere or make some interesting movements, or stretch a little deeper, or drop the head and relax. Just continuing to go around a couple more times, keeping the breath flowing, moving with ease, feeling the gratitude and the enjoyment of animating through a physical body. Embodying. When you're ready, coming up, good position, and we're going to bring those feet together into a bound angle or a butterfly. We can open up the feet like a book, and let's begin to just rock back and forth for a little bit. Feeling those sensations, noticing those sensations, enjoying those sensations. And maybe making some gentle circles. Job. Beautiful. And we're going to come to a nice slow position. And we're going to begin to hinge forward in this beautiful posture, opening up. And breathe. And hinge until you get to a place where you're right on that edge. You're not forcing, you're not pushing, we're not pulling anything. However, we're not lackadaisical. And I like to use a rubber band method. The rubber band, you can have it stretched way out too far where it's just about to snap, or you can just have it so loose you're not even giving any pressure and it's just wobbly like a wet spaghetti noodle. And then you can bring it to a nice state of engagement where you're right on the edge. Playing the edge is what it's called. So you're creating just a little tiny bit of effort and a tiny bit of stretch, and you're allowing the body to experience something a little deeper as we play on the edge. We're always in a place of comfort, never hurting, and often that hurt so good place is touched, and that's really nice too. That's okay. That sometimes releases the pain and we feel more comfortable. So we're going to bring the legs out in front of us, both legs out in front of us. If you haven't met Xander yet, this is my cat Xander. He's in most of my videos because we love to be together. He likes to be where I am, and I like to be where he is. And he's just a good cat. He's the best cat in the world, in the whole world. And he is John's cat. So I'm so excited. I inherited him from John, the beloved, my beloved, our beloved, the beloved. And he named him Alexander the Great. And we call him Xander for short. John called him Xander for short, so I do too. And he'll be around. So with the legs out straight, let's flex the feet. Give a little bit of engagement. And let's sit up nice and straight, feeling the spine elongate. And the shoulders are back and down. And the chin is parallel. And we're going to begin to hinge forward a little bit. And the only thing that's moving are the hip joints. We're not going to round the back yet. And we're just going to rest in the place where we feel that edge. You can start to feel the back leg muscles. Feel your hamstrings a little bit. You may feel the lower back a little bit. And we're going to just simply rest in here, noticing all the sensations, bringing the attention into the body, into the wisdom, the aliveness, the infinity within. Bask in the nectar. And if you want to, I invite you at any time to allow that spine to round and come down a little more and just rest in a comfortable forward fold. And if you like to make any little gentle spontaneous movements, I invite you to do that at this time, feeling your body and gentle movements, slower movements, so you can really feel the sensation. And breathe. If you drift away from sensation, just gently, kindly move back in. Honoring the body. Relating to the body with great love. And when you're ready, gently and kindly coming up. Beautiful job. And we're going to bring the legs wide, open wide. We're going to move a little in our wide leg. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to move, we're going to fold forward, straight ahead. So again, elongating that spine, dropping the shoulders back and down. Engage those bandhas if you'd like to, and you can flex the feet for a moment. And let's inhale, lifting up a little higher even. And exhale, we're going to hinge forward at the hips. Just the hip joints are moving. My lips are moving. But just your hip joints are moving. And let's rest in this spot on that edge for a moment here. And breathe and bring your awareness to sensation. Engaging that Mula Bandha again. You can engage all the bandhas if you like. Bringing the head in line with the spine. Noticing all the brilliant, intense sensation in the back of your legs. Whole body. You may even observe emotions arise and allow them to arise and be fully felt. Please resist the temptation to label them or put them in a box. Feel them rather than getting into the head and the mental of labeling, because you move out of the felt sense. And you might feel you can hinge a little deeper here. You can hold that for a breath or two. And when you're ready, allow the spine to round and come back to the down to the mat. And you can also use a block if you like. Oh, sorry, Zand. Scared him. And what I like to invite anyone that, if you're able to, is to simply just rest your head on the block. And you may want to rest it on the highest position or the side position, or even down onto this position where you get the greatest stretch. So find the position that works for you with your block, and just will rest into this posture for several breaths. We're going into the yin, the restore, connecting with that nectar, that deepest core of our being, the wellspring within us. And you can relax your feet or move them if you like, but I invite you to just relax the feet now. Keeping the breath flowing and breathing into the belly, in the lower abdomen, belly breathing. And when you're ready, removing the block to one side or the other, and we're going to begin to go and move over to one side, whether it's the right or the left, whichever you're feeling. If you're able to massage your foot, massage your own foot, and massage your foot. If this is the foot of the divine, your divine, the divine of your understanding, whatever that is, the most cherished and beloved aspect of creation that you know of. And that is that foot. And when you're ready, going over to the other side and massaging your other foot with the greatest of love and devotion, keeping the breath flowing and the awareness connected to sensation. Mindful of what's going on in your body, present. Couple more breaths, connecting with this foot, this leg, this body. The divine consciousness animating through the body. And gently and kindly coming up. Beautiful job. Feeling the body, moving in the body, becoming embodied more and more. Let's bring the legs together. Let's just bounce them up and down a little bit. And shake them. You can shake your shoulders too. Simply shake out the body a little bit. Beautiful job. And we are going to come to a bit of a standing position for a moment or two, for a few poses. And the invitation, because we're going to start in Warrior 1. And the invitation is going to be to go into a low lunge, because we'll move into Warrior 1 to low lunge, and then we're going to be going down a little more into Lizard. But we're going to invite you to drop the knee if you'd like to create a little bit more yin for yourself, or you can, if you want to create a little bit more tapas today, we can create a standing posture. So we're going to do a nice wide stance and feel those feet where our body is connected to the earth. Beautiful. And start to begin to check the alignment. You may want to tuck the tailbone under a little bit, raising the belly up. Shoulders are going to go back and down and bring the head up, chins parallel to the earth. We're going to engage all three bandhas. Mula bandha is our kegels or perineum. Uddiyana bandha, we bring the belly in and up. Jarandala bandha, we bring the chin in, tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And we are going to take that front foot and bring it 90 degrees to the front. And the back foot can either maintain where it is, perfect on the side, or we can curl it in so it's 30 degrees. It was horizontal against the mat. Either way works. And then we're going to bend that front leg so it's right over the ankle. We try not to go forward to the ankle when we're in the high lunge, because that puts some stress on the knee. But when we get down to the low lunge, we move into some lunge rocks, and that's perfectly okay. So try to balance it over the ankle if you're in a high lunge. We're going to engage this back calf. We're going to take this pelvis. And this is why I like to be a little 45 degrees with my back foot, because it allows me to twist the pelvis more. So we're going to twist this pelvis so it's facing forward. And so what that means is the hip on the opposite side of the front knee will need to move forward a little bit often to square the hips. So just feel that and how good that feels that now you're square. So in Warrior 2, we're wide open like we were to begin with. But this, we want these hips square. Beautiful job. And we are going to hold this posture for 3 breaths. Back thighs engaged, Mula bandhas engaged, Uddiyana bandhas engaged. We're going to breathe. And we're going to notice the energy's coming, because this is a power posture from the solar plexus up the core of the body and up out the extended fingertips. So feel, we're going to go back into my alignment because I've been chatting. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe and bring awareness to the sensation in your body. Your eyes can be open or shut. One deep breath, and as you exhale, we are going to move into, we're going to bring the hands down to the mat, we're going to bring the knee down to the mat, or you can stay in a high lunge. So we're moving into lunge, so the back foot is going to be 90 degrees like the front, and you can either be in your high lunge, or you can be in a low lunge. And so engage those bandhas and let's breathe in high lunge. Try to bring that back heel towards the floor. Mine often wants to pop up there. And breathe. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale. This time we are all going to go down. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into some lunge rocks here. So let's lunge forward. Feeling those hip flexors open up. And once you get to your front position, moving around, some spontaneous movements in your forward lunge. Feeling a nice stretch in both legs. Gentle, subtle movements. Keeping the breath flowing. Awareness is inside the body and all the sensations. And we're going to move back into lunging with that front foot straight, and we can flex and extend the front foot. The hips are coming back to a comfortable position and making subtle movements here. So we're going to be going into some lunge rocks. Finding your own pace. Lunging back and forth, noticing and sensing all the awareness in the body. Keeping the breath flowing. Some people need to put a little blanket under their knee. That's okay. If you ever need to come out of a posture, remembering, you come into child's pose, easy pose. And I invite you to come back to center. And I'm going to invite you to take the outer hand, the inner hand. So my right foot is forward. Both hands are to the left of my right foot. And we're going to lunge forward into a nice little stretch. I invite you to root into the left hand solidly, the outer hand, and we're going to twist and raise the right hand up. And breathe. Notice where the body is, sensation. All your attention to the body. And releasing down. Beautiful job. And now I invite you to come down to your forearms. And you can clasp your hands together. And rest in this for a few breaths here, our lizard. Beautiful job. And gently and kindly coming up, and we're going to move into a child's pose. Little counter pose and some inward basking. Bringing the attention to sensation, basking in the nectar, and breathe. And I've got Xander on my back again. So I'm going to need to gently and kindly transition from this posture. Oh, it looks like he might get in the hint. Hi, D&D. Gently and kindly coming up. Especially not to startle any animals that may be on your back. And we're going to switch legs now. So coming up to your warrior one posture. A nice wide stance. And this time I am going to take, this is going to be my left leg. I'm going to take that 90 degrees. And the back leg, I'm going to adjust about 45 degrees. And you can keep it the way it was, parallel to the shorter end of the mat, or not, bending the front knee right over the ankle. We're going to square those hips, engaging those bandhas, elongating the body, feeling the line of energy from this power center, solar plexus area, up the core of the body, and up out the extended fingertips. And we're going to hold those bandhas and breathe, bringing our attention to sensation. One more breath. Beautiful job. We're going to go into high lunge. So we're going to, sometimes I need to bring my hands down and just swivel that back foot to 90 degrees. You can also drop down to your knee. And at any of these postures, we're going to, if you'd like to stay up on this one, the next one we are going to go down onto our knees. So being in this nice high lunge, knees right over the ankle, engaging those bandhas, squaring those hips, and breathe in high lunge. Heel coming down towards the mat. It may not touch the mat like mine. And breathe. One more breath. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. We're going to bring those hands down. Drop that knee down to the mat. Beautiful. And we're going to move into a lunge rock here. Lunging forward. Feeling those hip flexors open up, and you can make any subtle movements. You may just want to stay still. And back. Straightening that front leg. Feeling a nice stretch on the hamstring and the calves. You can flex and extend that front foot. You can drop the head a little bit and keep the breath flowing. You can engage the bandhas if you like, but we're going to keep the breath flowing and the movements flowing. Feeling into your body. Mindful of sensations, emotions, vibrations. Beautiful job. And we are going to bring that outer hand to the middle. So both hands, I'm on my left foot, so they're both to the right of my left foot. And I'm going to lunge into this nice, beautiful posture. Finding your edge, watching your wrists. Coming back to center. Let's bring our weight on that outer hand. It's my right hand. I have my left foot forward, and we're going to twist forward and bring the other hand up. Left hand's reaching up. Nice little open stretch. And breathe. Bringing it down, and we're going to come down to the forearms. Feeling a little movement here. Keeping the breath flowing. Just resting here in your lizard. And we're going to come back up, and we're going to move into a child's pose again. And you can bring the hands either in front of you or beside you. And I forgot to tell you this last time, but sometimes it's kind of nice if you want to bring a little blanket in front of you, or if you just want to rest down on the floor. Opening up the knees a little. I'm just going to open my knees this time. And allowing the belly to drop in. Breathing into the belly, bringing all the awareness into sensation. Bringing gratitude towards that inner guru, that Atman, that soul, that higher self, that infinite self. Gently and kindly coming back. Beautiful job. And we are about at time. Look at the time here. So we are going to lay down on our backs. I invite you to go into a short little happy baby, rocking back and forth. And bring those knees down into the armpits, or simply kick around for a little while and play like a happy baby on your back. And then coming into Savasana position, corpse pose, relaxation. If you want to put a blanket on you, you can do that now, or put a sweatshirt or socks. Just make yourself nice and comfortable. And let's swivel those hips in our hula. Feel that nice swivel. So when one hip is coming up towards the armpit, the opposite hip is going down towards the opposite heel. So my right hip is coming towards my right armpit. My left hip is going down towards my left heel. And I'm just going to swivel back and forth a little bit. The sacrum is nice and flat on the mat. It's not lifting up or tilting in any way. It's moving a little, it's swiveling a little. However, it's not lifting off the mat at all. And just find your pace here. We'll go really slow for a minute. Just noticing sensation. And we're going to come back to center for a minute. And I want to go into a faster swivel of the hips. So finding your own pace, you can begin with just a nice little swivel, hula, back and forth. Building up the chi in the body and finding how fast you can go while staying in a nice, grounded, easy, relaxed space. We're not exerting ourselves too much. We don't want to be breathing heavy. We want to be comfortably moving in this hula position here. Beautiful. Continue for a couple more breaths. And releasing the movement. And moving ourselves into our Savasana, bringing all that awareness into the body. If you'd like to put something under your knees, or I like to often put my feet out on the wide edges of the mat and rest the knees together. That's the way my back feels the most comfortable in Savasana these days. Find your most comfortable position and let's bask in sensation, bask in the nectar. Mindfully aware of all the sensations in our bodies that this yoga practice has created for us and built up. Time to just relax and soak in all those beautiful sensations you worked so hard playing, create. Gently and kindly beginning to come back into the body. You want to make some subtle movements. Honoring the body. Thanking all aspects of your being for giving yourself this gift of your asana practice, your yoga practice, connecting with your divine, your inner nectar, creating mindfulness of your body. And when you're ready, coming over to the side. And noticing the shifts of sensation. And coming up into a seated position. And taking this moment to connect in and scan the body again, noticing the differences maybe, any shifts or changes in your body after your asana practice. And bringing yourself back to that intention you set, reminding yourself that intention. I'm going to close with a little chant and a namaste. Hoye ke hone ate hoe 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 te hone ate ho hoe te hone ate hoe 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 te hone ate he hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey 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 hey. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. I am Grace, and you can go to ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our yoga retreats and our yoga teacher trainings. May you have a beautiful and blessed day.